I feel like this is going to be an interesting test, kind of breaking up their core four. It's going to be something to see how they adjust to not having that core four together still. Obviously, with Marner departing for Vegas, it's kind of, a new look for them, something that they haven't seen in a while, having those guys together. I mean, they get back Nicholas Waugh, who, I mean, big physical presence, probably slots in at third line center for him. He was 4C in Vegas, but I mean, they're just such a deep team that that's just where he happened to fit in. And then you look at what they did free agency wise, you got Dakota Joshua from the Canucks. You got Maselli. He's kind of like a bounce back candidate. He's a good passer. Might slot in on that first line, kind of feed Matthews, kind of help get him rolling perhaps. I'd be interested to see if Easton Cowan cracks it. He's their first round pick from 23. He might need another year of development in the OHL, excuse me. Could be just a place where they start him and kind of, maybe he cracks the lineup after camp. Maybe he doesn't. And then I wouldn't say that that's the be all end all for them. They have a pretty solid tandem, I'd say, honestly, at goalie with their two guys that they have there with Stolarz and Wall. Kind of seeing their full season of their deadline acquisitions with Lawton, Carlo, kind of getting them adjusted to a full season in Toronto, not just throwing them in on the fly after the deadline. It'd be nice to see how they kind of slot in, and if, their difference playing a full season, how much of a difference that makes for them. Honestly, for me, I don't think they have enough. Obviously, when you have a guy like Matthews, health with him is a big thing. I would like to think he's healthier this year. I would like to think that, all things considered, they have a chance to have the same regular season success. But when it comes time to the postseason, I don't really think that they have what it takes to beat some of these. I mean, when you have Florida, Carolina, Washington, I just don't see where they have enough power to get it done. Ultimately, who's to say? But I mean, I would say no.
Speaking of Stolarz, I saw that he's due for a contract extension and talks about that as kind of stalled for a
Yeah,
bit. Do you
him,
think?
Bobby, and Lawton, they could all extend. So
Mm,
it'd be interesting to see.
do you think that should be priority one, or at least at the top of the list, them giving Stolarz a new contract?
I would say it's definitely a priority. It depends on what he's looking at money wise. I like Wall, but the both of them, durability can be a bit of a question mark at times. So it's kind of, I would say having the both of them is definitely a luxury. So if they could keep him, I would say that's big. With Lawton and McCann, especially Lawton, kind of seeing like where he slots in and how he plays, coming into a season fresh with them compared to like when they got him from Philly at the deadline. Kind of seeing his comfort level, how he slides in, is probably going to decide what like the extension deal with him. Also, would like to say Matthew Nyes had a huge jump for them last year, going from 35 to 58 points. So obviously, he's a bigger guy too. I believe he's 6'3". So pairing him with Matthews and then say Maselli on the first line too, it's a good line. But I just worry ultimately how everything below that kind of comes together in the be all end all of things.
It sounds like to me that they need development outside of their big three. And I feel like the other teams that you put ahead of them, they have that development throughout their lineup outside of whoever their big stars are. It feels like the Maple Leafs are maybe like a tier 2 contender. Like
Mhm.
they'll probably be at tops of their division. They probably will win the division again because I mean, we already know about Austin Matthews, Nylander, Tavares. I've seen some Maple Leafs games. Those big three right there is very impressive. I think they're going to feel the sting of losing Mitch Marner, and I don't see like you were saying. I don't see them being a playoff threat to a team like the Florida Panthers or a team like the Carolina Hurricanes. It just they just need development throughout the whole roster. And I don't think their window is closed, but it's not as wide open as it probably should be.